Hey friends, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Monday! Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I am ready to start my week. Yeah, I actually had a pretty nice, relaxing weekend, and I'm not going to say 100% successful with my plumbing issues up at the cabin, but we did get it taken care of to the point where got the toilet hooked back up and the clog is not there anymore. So it magically disappeared, kind of like when you take your vehicle to the mechanic and it doesn't act up. Yeah, that's kind of how it was, but they want to prevent it from happening in the future. They're not sure if there's tree roots, so we're working on an issue with being able to check all that out. Anyways, hope you had a great weekend. I am back and I have already gone through all of the sales stuff. I had a sale while I was away. I had posted it to just auto post, which is great. I love that feature of Facebook, and it actually worked. So sold out of everything except for 4 items, and I posted those this morning. If you want to add to your order that you've already done, go ahead and you can comment on that on that post to add those any of those items, and I will add that to your invoice. I'll start sending invoices out tonight. I do have to work all day at my other job, so I'm gonna pull orders. I'm gonna make sure the weight, because it could weigh more than I think it weighs. I'm kind of estimating in my head, okay, this is 3 pounds. The frame, the really nice frame, the Verity frame, that's about probably 5 or 6 pounds. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure it all out, and then the box and everything. So these items are larger, so they weigh more. Potentially someone could pay a little bit more in shipping than their actual item, since the discount was so great. Anyways, thank you for shopping the sale. Look forward to having your invoice by Thursday night at the latest. Some of you guys before then. I'll start on A's and go to Z. I'll go forward through the backwards of the alphabet according to the first letter of your name. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna do a cute little leprechaun. I almost said shamrock. He's not a shamrock. A cute little leprechaun gnome. And then, actually, he's not a gnome. I think he's just a regular leprechaun. I don't think he's a gnome. You guys can tell me. He has a small nose. Doesn't have a great big old honker. So I'm kind of thinking he's just a leprechaun. And then a hat. So anyways, going to start our St. Patty's Day. I'm going to show you a few things that I painted this weekend. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and comment, say hello. And I'm going to share this to VIP group. If you're coming back and watch the replay, just put hashtag replay so I know you were here. Let me go ahead and find this on my phone. Guys, how was your weekend? Go ahead and tell me. I'm going to pull this up. All right, so let me get to my page. I didn't have it ready. Of course I didn't. But anyways, I had a good weekend. I did get some things painted, but I also... while the plumber was there, he was teaching me, he was telling me everything. It actually was a really good experience. Can you say that about a plumber? He brought a helper with him. So he was explaining to his helper, and he's like, I want you to know everything too that I do. And that was good, because guess what? I found out that some of the stuff the previous guy did wasn't even possible because the way the pipes are. So I got billed for stuff that should not have been billed, because he was not, the pipes in the cabin are not the way they're supposed to be. So there was no way the previous person could snake out the line, period, at all. Yeah. So I got charged $850 for nothing. So I intend to call that company and say, hey, your guy said he did this, but it wasn't even possible. So we'll see where that goes. Hi, Julie. How are you? Hi, Darlene Barr. Hi, Sherry. Good morning, Maria. Hi, Tony. Thanks for sprinkling, Maria. I appreciate that. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Sarah. Good morning, Betty. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Nikki. Hello. Hi, Darlene Barr. So, guys, thanks for being here. Oh, you were on, Darlene, you were on YouTube first, and now you're on Facebook. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, guys, let's get started. Let me show you the project. It looks like my camera's a lot crooked. Let me try to fix that first. My dogs were so happy to see me. Oh my gosh, they couldn't stop kissing me last night. Okay, so this is the large leprechaun. So there's a small, I actually brought it in to show you the difference. So this is the large guy. And then
Okay,
this is a...
To cancel, you can also press the digital crown on your watch. Okay, canceled.
I don't know what that was about. I was trying to send a message. Okay, so this is the leprechaun hat that stands. So it's thick. It has a lot of layers. It stands. We'll glue those together. Let me show you the smaller version. So this is my normal size. So if you get the gnomes, this is the normal size like a regular gnome is. Okay, this guy's big. So here's the small, here's the large. So when you're ordering, that's the difference. Yeah, he's big. He's even bigger than some of the large Santas. Okay, so wanted to show you that. Let me show you the stuff I painted this weekend. Guys, I had so much fun. Hey, Sandy. Hi, Marilyn. Oh, cold in Missouri. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's probably going to be cold here. I actually had snow up at my cabin. Let me move this for a moment and I'm going to bring in the stuff that I painted this weekend. I'll show you that. And some of the stuff I painted last week, some of the St. Patrick's Day, and then we'll get started. So yeah, there was snow that was still standing on the ground because it had not melted yet. Okay, these little cutie pies are what I painted this weekend, and they're big too. So I'll show you the size. So they're almost 11 inches tall. I think they're right at 10 inches tall. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. So detailed though. Okay, so we will paint a couple of them. We're not going to do all of them, but you can see all the detail that's on them. This one especially, all of the detail on this. So I got 8 of him done. These are to sell at my craft show. Got 6 of this one. Aren't they so cute? And then 6 of this, and I have two more to do of the little Easter ones to get done. I did post all those. So, and then I have St. Patrick's Day. Okay, so I did this one a few weeks ago. One lucky heifer. And then hi. And then look at this one. A great big head. Great big leprechaun head. Luck of the Irish. So those are on the site as well as the stuff we're going to do today. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started on our cute little leprechaun. Well, you could say he's a gnome. He just has a small nose. So if you love gnomes, then he's a gnome. If you don't like gnomes, he's just a leprechaun. What do you guys think? Do you like the new stuff? I think it's super cute. Oh, good morning, Lynn. Hi, Jenny. How are you? All right, let me go ahead. Did I miss you, Marilyn? I'll make sure I say hi to everybody. Oh, you know what I want to do, guys? I want to glue. This is a standard, so I want to glue all the layers together. Okay, so I'm going to just take this apart. Okay, this little hat we're going to put over on this side. So here's the buckle. Let me go a little bit smaller, and I'll put myself in the corner. Un momento. Por favor. Okay, let me squish this up. Get this centered. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is going to be on this side. So this is a hat stander. And we're just going to keep all of this stuff on this side. And then there's a little teeny tiny heart. I'm afraid I'm going to lose that. I'll put it right there. Okay, so there's all these extra layers. And that's what makes it stand. Hi, Deb, my sister. How are you? Hi, Kathy. Hi, Janine. Hi, Shelly. Good morning, guys. So there's 3 extra layers besides this one that help make it stand. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these together in a second and set them to the side so they can be drying so that our layers are even and don't move around. Okay, that's one of the biggest problems with things that have layers. Okay, there's our stand. And let's just get this little guy taken apart. All of his pieces he's holding kind of like a little, I don't know, like a little banner type thing. It's going to be striped, kind of like a candy type thing with a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a candy cane stripe. All right, there's a little heart that goes on it right there. And then hands, let's try to keep things together that go together, and nose. And then the beard and the eyebrows and the mustache are all going to be painted the same color. I hope I have room for everything. I can always move this off to the side. Take apart everything. Okay, black shoes. I think we'll just put that like that. My tape is all worn out. I definitely need new tape soon. Okay, this hand. I only need to paint that part of that. There's a little shamrock that goes on it. The hat. Okay, let's take apart the hat. Yeah, there's a lot of pieces to this. A lot of pieces. But it's okay. We'll figure it all out. We don't have to put that little hat somewhere else. Okay, there's that. And then there's numbers. Let's put these numbers up here. 17, not 71. What if there were 71 days in a month? How crazy would that be? Okay, that can go there. The hat's the only thing I don't have room for on here. Let's do this. Let's swap things around. Let's scooch him down. Let's move this. And I think we have room right there for the hat. Okay, perfect. Perfect. We got it. We got it. Oh my gosh. Hey, Tony, how are you? You have sound? Oh, Kathy has no sound. Jenny can hear. Maybe go out, let's see. Oh, it's working now. Perfect. Okay. I know sometimes there's just little glitches, right? Okay, let's glue this together first. This is what goes behind this hat. So these are layers. Let's glue that together, and then I'm going to set that to the side. I'll tape it. I usually will tape it with my blue painter's tape because it holds it in place and is not sticky. Like if you use masking tape, sometimes it will leave a like a residue. So we are going to get this all done. All right, it doesn't matter which one goes next. They're all the same size. You just want a decent amount of the glue on there. I like to use the Art Glitter designer adhesive, the one that says dries clear. There's different types. I went to order yesterday and there were 3 different types on there. So I always like to point out to do that. All right, guys. So I'm going to put myself up in the corner in just a moment. Sorry about that. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Mine was successful. So I did go to my cabin on Friday. Had some plumbing issues. I'm going to just squish it down. When my granddaughter went up there right before Christmas, she went up there with her boyfriend for a few days. And like on the 4th day, they had some issues with the plumbing. I knew the plumbing was draining slow. I had told them that. I said, you just have to be careful about it. It should be fine, but it wasn't. And the bathroom flooded a couple of times. So anyways, they used up all of the towels in there to sop it all up. Had those outside. It was a little bit of a mess. Called in a plumber to try to fix it. He couldn't fix it. Couldn't put the toilet back on. This and that. All these excuses, and wanted to charge me a lot of money. So okay, so I got that glued together. I'm going to set it to the side, and then we'll glue that. So he wanted to charge me a lot of money to fix everything. Guess what? My regular plumber came in. Let me just move that. That can be here. Perfect. Okay, came in and was able to go up. They were scheduled for Friday, but he didn't make it Friday. The appointment before me took forever, so I was bumped to Saturday, which was no big deal. I actually laughed about it. I didn't have a bathroom, had to pee in a bucket. And then I figured it out. I figured out what to do. So anyways, guys, you know what? Life is not about I can't get upset. You know, they said, oh, you're taking this so well. I'm so sorry. They actually gave me $100 discount on my bill. I already knew approximately what it was going to be. And then they took $100 off. And then they didn't charge me the $99 fee either. So I basically got $199 off because I chose not to be rude. I chose not to get upset because I had to be bumped. And you know what? It all worked out really good for me. Okay, let's do the face first. I just want to get that part done. So they will have to go back. All right. So he was trying to run the camera down the sewer line to try to see what was going on because, you know, in places there's trees, roots get into there, and you just don't know what's going on. As of right now, there's no clog, but he's like, it's probably going to come back. I'm like, you're right. Let's go ahead and see. Well, the camera wouldn't go through. The plumbing in the house, it makes an abrupt turn, and there's absolutely no way to snake it. You have to put in a different, like you have to put in an access, what do I want to say? What's my word for that? Anyways, you have to put in a different way to access the plumbing. Okay, I'm looking for my paper towels. Sorry. I clean out. So they're gonna have to put in a clean out because the way that the plumbing was set up, it's an old house. These houses were made in 1964. They didn't think everything out. So he told me, he says, there's no way that the person before could have used a snake to snake this out because there's no way he could make that turn. So basically the guy that did it before lied and did not actually do the job. So anyways, I will be addressing that. I'll be addressing that. Okay, so I think I want to do, you guys, do you think the hat that stands alone, I should do that dark green and then light green on the hat band? That's what I'm thinking. That on this one, his hat is black and his shoes are black. So I'm thinking though, on the one that is just the hat by itself, I think I want more green. What do you guys think? Hi Barb, how are you? Hi Cheryl, good morning guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. I'm thinking that. Is that what you guys think? On that hat, that's just the hat standard, it should be more green instead of black. I don't think it makes sense to do it black. Okay, so black hat here on this little leprechaun, and his shoes are black. Let's get that part done. Hey Laura, how are you? Hi Barb. I did say hi. Sorry. You get 2 highs today. So this hat is black. The stand is black. His shoes are black. Okay, so we're going to get the black done on this. But that makes sense to me to do more green on the one that's just standing by itself. And then I'll do the hat band. I'll do dark green. And then I'll do light green on the band. I think that makes sense. In my head, it makes sense. Because to do a black hat just doesn't make sense to have it just standing there. You want it to look like St. Patrick's Day, right? Okay, yes. Yes, more green. More green. Give me more green. So, absolutely. All right, guys. So, I'm going to just repeat for those that just hopped on. I did have a few things left over from the sale. I made one post. I closed off all the commenting on all of the posts, and then I just made one post where I said this is what I have left, and I'm going to be sending out invoices, and if anybody wants anything added, then go ahead and put it right there. So I do have I had a couple of things left. I don't know what's left at this point, but I did have a couple of birdhouses that didn't have the transfer with it. I ended up with some of the extra tiered tray. Okay, I'm using deep ochre. Is that the color I want to use? I guess that's okay. All right, so deep ochre for the yellow on this. So that's going to be the buckle. So his buckle on the hat band, and then the bottom here of his little baton. What do we want to call this? Tell me what you want to call this. It could be a sucker, it can be a baton, it can be, I don't know what we want to call it. Anyways, at the bottom there's a little ball. That's gonna be yellow. This down here that has a little shamrock, that's gonna be yellow. So deep ochre is the color that I picked up. You're good. Oh, super cold today. I wonder how cold it is here right now. Let's see. Oops, that's Big Bear. Big Bear is 25. So glad I'm not there. It's 44 where I'm at. That's pretty cold for us. It's supposed to get to 60 in the 60s. So not terrible. Okay, so get these guys done. The buckles, you want to do them in color. You could do it gold if you want gold. Depends on what look you want. I tend to go more with yellow, not with gold. Okay, and then this here. So All right. And then next color. Let's do our white. Okay, so white is going to be this here, and then the stick part. Okay, so the stick, because we're going to do stripes. We're going to do orange stripes. So we're going to do white there. You're minus 10. No, thank you. No, thank you. Sarah, that's so cold. Holy cow, that is really cold. I choose not to. I grew up in the cold. You know that. Idaho was always the winters could just be brutal. Didn't mean that we had tons of snow all the time, but I tell you, our winters lasted until May. So there were times when at graduation they had snow. Not fun. Not fun, not fun. Yep. I know the cold weather. Oh, guess what? The numbers 17, I need to do those in black also. So let me go back and do that. Okay, so we'll have to, of course, do more than one coat. I'm going to grab my black paintbrush and do the numbers 17, 1 and 7. Today's a holiday, so today is Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day to you guys. The banks are closed. The mail is closed. No mail will go out today. Okay, we'll get stuff ready, but nothing will go out. Okay, next. So we're gonna use a really great color for his beard. I used this on this one. So I used it on this guy. Okay, this is the color that I used. Janine's minus 10. Oh my goodness. Carrie, minus 20. Oh my goodness. Laura, your feel like temp is minus 25. Stay inside, please, and just craft all day. Negative 13 feels like negative 30. Holy cow, guys, that is so cold. Oh my goodness. Okay, so red spice is a really good color. I think it's a new color because I used to have a burnt orange. I can't find burnt orange anymore. Oops, I didn't shake that. I try not to shake my watch too much. Last time I shook my watch by accident and it asked me if I wanted to dial 911. I don't want to automatically do that. Okay, so I should have stirred that up. Let me just stir. There's like a lot of the oil stuff there. Okay, it's a great beard color. Okay, beard, mustache, eyebrows. Okay, so I'm going to take some of that. I'll put it into here. I was trying to mix it with the stuff that wasn't mixed up. Okay, oops, not into that one. That one's white. Maybe I don't need to. Maybe I'll have just the right amount. Maybe. Okay. Maybe it's going to work. His eyebrows also. So eyebrows. And then I'll use the back of the brush to kind of that. Isn't that a great color for the beard? I love that. It's a great leprechaun beard color. So red spice. I believe it's new. I had seen it the last time that I went to the store and I had to grab it up. I love all the new colors. I have to grab them every single time. Okay, I'm going to get a little Q-tip. I got a little bit too much on the mustachio. Let's see. What is it? My iPhone wants to add something. Am I still live? An iPhone has access. Okay, perfect. All right. Perfect. It's asking me. I hope I'm still live. I hope I didn't knock me off. Negative 33 Celsius, Lynn. Oh, holy cow, that's cold. All right, perfect. I hope I'm okay. I hope you still hear me. Oh, let's see. This is supposed to be black also. This is light green. Hang on. Okay, so this is black. This is part of that hat. Okay, perfect. All right. I know what I'm doing, I think. Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so our shamrock right here, we're going to use our light green. We don't want to color in the words. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to put some over here and I'm going to add just a little bit of water to it to thin it down just a touch so that I can do that shamrock and not have the words be covered up. So when I painted the Easter stuff this weekend, I did a lot of watered down paint, and I really like the look. So my Easter stuff, I'll show it again at the end if I remember. But I did post on my page. So I have all my Easter stuff posted. So I want it, when it dries, I want to be able to see those words. So I'm sure that's going to happen when that dries. Okay, and then the other shamrocks that need to be that color, this is light Hauser light green. Okay, so my shamrocks, and then I can just put 2 coats on those. What other, this little shamrock here also. So I might have to put 2 coats on this because it's really light. Okay. So where's my other ones? 1, 2, 3. There should be 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, perfect. Got it. All right. Okay. Now let's do our dark green. So his whole body of, you know, his outfit is dark green. Okay. And then this hat is going to be dark green. And this is light green. The hat band is light green. Okay. So hi, Karen. How are you? Are you doing better? I know you were having such a hard time. Hope you are feeling better, my friend. Do not like it when my people aren't doing well. I love my people. Okay, so that was Hauser light green. Okay, I have 2 things of the Hauser medium green because I don't know if I have enough. So I was just gonna, let me move that somewhere. I might have to use the other jar too. I wanted to be prepared, and there's a lump in it. Of course there's a lump. Of course there is, because that's the way it works for me. Let's just pour out. We need a lot, so let's start with that. You're not feeling better. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That is not fair that... Oh, this one is the light green too. Sorry, guys. Got distracted. This is light green. Okay. So this is the light Hauser green. And then we have medium Hauser green. So I am sorry that you are struggling so much with your health, Karen. That is not fun. Okay, there's a big old lump. I'm going to get that out of there. I'm trying. I'm going to put it in the trash can. I flicked it off of my thing. Okay, so here's what I need to do. His beard's going to go right up to there. And then he's going to have his shoes. So you don't have to worry about that. His shoes go all the way up. So just go down. You can go down past that. Okay. All right. You're going to need 2 coats of the green. If you want to use a different green, like a Kelly green, it depends on what you want for your color. There's a hair on there. You know, there has to be. Oh my gosh. I just shed so much. I think it's attached to the, oh, it is. It's attached to the tape. Okay. Get this smoothed out. Okay, I have enough in there to use when I go back to put my second coat. Trying to get it smoothed out so it's not too thick. So trying to get that all smoothed out. All right, perfect. Okay, I'm going to start putting second coats on, but I really should just dry it so I can do that. So I have it, everything dry, right? Okay, so let me do that. Let's dry everything so we can get second coat. Oh, shoot. Things are falling. Sarah said she was going on a girls' trip today, 100 miles away to Lincoln, and decided to cancel because it's dangerous. Yes. You're bummed because you wanted to go to Michael's and Joanne's. I'm sorry. That is, oh gosh, that's terrible. Yeah, sometimes it's better just to stay home and be safe. We do not want anything happening to you. Karen says, one good thing your rent is $196 still, and you're not all the way moved out. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, that's working out for you, Karen. You would not find rent like that here anywhere in San Diego at all. That would just, it's really sad, you know, for older people that are on a fixed income. Yeah, it's almost impossible to live here. It's going to be $1,500 minimum for a 1-bedroom place, and that's if you're really lucky to find something. Usually it's more than that. So I'm happy that you were able to find that in your area. And hopefully you'll get moved out all the way soon. It's a lot. Oh, I didn't do the red hearts, guys. I did not do the red hearts. I will do them first. Okay, so got that dry so I can do my second coat. Let's bring our little palette dish back. I need to do red hearts. Section 8. Oh, perfect. Perfect. That's great. 2 degrees, but colder with the wind chill. I think you meant wind chill. I know it autocorrects. Yeah, definitely. That is so, it's so cold. I know here it does feel cold for us. I mean, 40 degrees feels cold when you're not used to it being real cold. The funny thing is though, when I went up to my cabin, I forgot to even take a jacket. I had my zip up little sweatshirt, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm going to be cold, because I totally just forgot to take a jacket. Okay, I'm just going to touch up the black. There was just a little bit that I missed. I don't think I need to do anything else on the black. I think the black looks good. Okay, so let's just move through our colors. We're going to do our this is our warm beige that we use for the face. You can use any face color that you want. We're not all the same. Okay, some of us have different color skin, so there are different colors in the paint section. This is just the one I use. I just stick with the same standard color. I don't vary from it at all. I don't. Okay, so that is our warm beige, and then we're gonna do our deep ochre is our color for our buckle and this little part, that little part, and the buckles. Oops. Got a little wild there. Goes by income and had to wait 4 months. Most have to wait. Yes, here the wait is 2 to 3 years long for Section 8. It's really sad. So if you're a mom here and like a single mom all of a sudden because you got divorced, it's really, really hard in this city. They do not make it easy because there's so many people. There are way too many people that are in need and not enough housing here. And definitely not enough landlords that will do the Section 8. So yeah, it's 2 to 3 year wait or longer. Depends on the area. Okay, here we go with we used, what I call it? Red spice. It's a good color. I think it's a good leprechaun beard color. It's also a great color for if you have a red-headed child and you want to do the hair on a gnome red like that. I did my Easter one. I just added a touch of that to it just to make it just the right color. Okay, gonna go over this. I'm hoping not to color in my words. I don't want to have to write them, but I want it to be just a little bit darker. So I'm just trying to go sideways with that and not color in any of that. Okay, perfect. I think I succeeded. Okay, and then touch up the band, and I have one more over here. Just doing it really carefully. I could write it with my marker. I really don't want to. But if I have to, I will. Okay, and then this hat band. So we're doing, if you're just hopping on, we're doing a leprechaun gnome type guy. He could just be a leprechaun. He doesn't have to be a gnome. Well, we can call him either, right? And then my green for this is our Hauser medium green. These are good greens to use. But if you want to use different greens, you don't have to use the same colors that I use, guys. Whatever works for you and whatever colors you like. Just, you know what? You don't have to go out and buy new colors. You can just look and see what colors you have that will work. A Kelly green type green is a good green. I just kind of stick with these same colors, and then all my stuff goes together. Okay, get some of that up here. So yesterday was a hard day for me, guys. Yesterday marked 1 year that Chloe's been gone. And so, you know, I was trying to be really strong and not over the weekend and not really think about it, just not be sad and try to just make it through it. But the drive home, oh my gosh, guys, the drive down the mountain was terrible. I kept thinking about her. I couldn't get her off my mind. I was crying the whole way down the mountain. And then something happened. So I was crying all the way down the mountain. It takes about an hour to drive from my cabin down the mountain to the little city below where I gas up. So I stop for gas, and while I'm gassing up, I look over, and on the grass by the gas station by the street was a homeless guy, and he had 2 dogs with him. And I was like, oh my gosh, those poor dogs having to be outside in the elements, and it gets really cold there. Okay, I do have to touch up this hat because I got a little bit crazy with my green. So, let me see. You bet. So, oh, let's see. Let me go back. I missed a comment. You need to buy an extra coat just to leave there. Yes, Kat, I did have a jacket there that was in the closet, but it was kind of when I was a lot thinner. I would have a jacket to wear. I couldn't zip it up. I wouldn't have to lose weight. I have to stay there and starve and lose weight before. Yeah. Miss Sarah says, I bet the fire people leave the state tomorrow. Yes. I bet some of them do. I bet some of them don't rebuild. It happened with the last fire that was here where 2,200 houses burned in my area. Many people did not rebuild. So, yeah, just like, yeah, prices get high. Yes. Laura, yes, it's been 1 year now that Chloe's been missing. Okay, so I was sad. I cried all the way down the mountain. I was like beside myself, just, you know, in grief. And so I get to the gas station. I see the homeless guy with his 2 dogs, and I'm gassing up, and it takes a while to fill my truck. It always does. So I thought, I want to take them some food. I don't really like to give homeless people just cash. And he wasn't out there looking for cash. He was actually asleep. So he was sleeping, and he had a wheelchair. Doesn't mean he's handicapped. He might just be pushing his stuff around in it. I don't really know. And he was sitting on the ground asleep. And his dogs were sitting next to him asleep. So I decided, oh gosh, you know, I have this ground beef that I had, I'm going to start assembling to see. Actually, it's not quite dry. So I have some ground beef that I was bringing back that's in my cooler. I could give the dogs that. I could give him that. If he wants to eat it, that's fine. Or if he wants to give it to his dog. And then I have a can of tuna, and I have some fruit bars. I was like, what do I have that I can give to him, you know? So I went through my food that I was bringing back home that I didn't eat. And as soon as I was done gassing up my truck, I walked over and I was like, hey, hello, good morning. And his eye, you know, one eye opens up, then the other. And you know what, guys? I have been around a lot of homeless people because here in San Diego, there are tons of them. I'll have to do the eyes still. And I should do, actually, his cheeks really don't show too much. I need to do rosy cheeks though, and eyeballs. Okay, so let's stop. And I'll just keep telling the story. So I've been around a lot of homeless people here. I know how, when they're drugged out, I know how their eyes look. I'm looking for my little thing to do cheekies. Okay, found it. Okay, so I need to do cheekies. Cheekies. Let me find a color for that. What color do I want to use? Let me find a pink over here somewhere on my shelf. So his eyes were clear, guys. He was not all drugged out. I'm going to use vintage pink. I'm going to need black too. So, yeah, I need to do the eyeballs. So let me just do this. Let me wipe that. So he started talking to me. I was asking him about his dogs. I asked him if I could give him some food for his dogs, and he said sure. He said he used to have 2 other dogs, but they ran into the street and they got hit by cars, and he was wearing those 2 dogs' collars around his neck. They were German Shepherds, and I felt bad, and we talked a lot. And I gave him the hamburger. I gave him the food, the fruit bars, and a can of tuna. And I told him, I said, God loves you. I don't know how to help you because I don't live in this area, but my dog that's missing, she told me I needed to stop and I needed to give you food. So I'm giving you food because of my sweet dog that's missing. And then I need to leave. I need to go home. And I gave him a hug and I said, God bless you. I hope you have a good day. I hope that you find help from someone. And he says, I'm just having such a hard time. So I hope that I should have got more off. His cheeks are really rosy, guys. But I was able to feed him for a day. So I just can't give them money. You know, I did end up giving him a little bit of money. I had $10 in my pocket, but I won't give them like $20 or $40 because I don't want them to just use it on drugs or alcohol. So he said he's had the dogs since they were puppies and they were really skinny. And guess what, guys? Those dogs looked so healthy. Their fur was shiny and soft when I petted them. And he said that after his other two dogs got hit by cars, he trained these dogs to be on leashes because they were pretty wild before. And so he had these dogs on a leash so they didn't run into the street. And I just, it's just something that I had to do. And guess what, guys? After that, I wasn't so sad, I feel like, Chloe wanted me to do that. I had to do something. And so in memory of Chloe being gone for a year, I fed a homeless guy and his dogs. So anyways, yeah, I know. All right. Get this all dry while I compose myself and try not to cry. It has been hard. It has been a rough year. Okay, I do like to put little white dots in his cheeks. I just like to do that. So good thing you don't have a real close up of me, because I'm sure that tears will be running down my face soon. Anyways, guys, it's hard. And I'm gonna actually put a little bit of white in his eyes. I like to do that. I like to do if I can see through my tears. Sorry, guys. I didn't intend to cry today, but such is life. I'm a softie when it comes to my animals. I love my animals. I love them dearly, and it really hurts me that we haven't found her. So I did find a new person that communicates with animals. I found a new person. I did send them a message, so just wait for that, because I do believe that one way or another, I will figure out what happened. Okay, let me dry my tears. Sorry, guys. All right. So, but I felt so prompted. I was like, no, Darlene, you just need to gas up and you just need to get on the road. And I just kept being prompted that I needed to go over, and I missed a little bit right there. Okay. That I needed to go and give him food. And it was fine. You know what? That was going to be my dinner last night. And guess what? I just didn't eat. I was like, I'm going to feel like it is to be hungry. I'm going to, in his honor, I'm going to skip a meal and know how it is to be hungry and to want for food. So that's what I did last night. Okay, let's assemble this little guy. He is so cute. I love him. Isn't he adorable? And he has a little nose, so he doesn't have a great big old honker. If you want him to be a gnome, you can. If you just want him to be a leprechaun, he's a leprechaun. Not everybody likes gnomes. So he doubles. He doubles for both. I forgot to do the stripes. Okay, we're going to take everything off here and I'll do the stripes. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I just get talking. Yep, I do. Okay, this goes here. I want to make sure that I got everything. See, that's what happens when I start assembling it. I'm like, oh, I forgot that. Okay, I do have green on that corner, but guess what? It's not going to matter because I'm going to be, that goes, oh, this doesn't go here. This goes on here. Okay, and that heart goes there. That heart goes there. This goes here. Okay, perfect. And then shoes, zapatos, and shoes, and then hands. This hand over here with this small shamrock, and this hand will go on here. We'll do those stripes after we pull this whole thing off. Isn't he so cute? He is adorable. Here's the stand. We will glue that together. Okay, so got that. Let's assemble this. It's hard to trust homeless people. Exactly. I know. I'm using money for, yes, exactly. So it's so true. It's so true. But I normally will just give them food. Okay, so and in this case, I didn't give him any cash until the very end because I had talked to him long enough to know that he's just a guy who's, even if he has a house and he's out there needing food, and that's what, he wasn't begging. He was actually sleeping. He was asleep on the grass, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sad. Yeah, he wasn't begging for food, and he didn't ask for money, nothing. But a lot of them will be at the stoplights wanting money. Okay, where does this go? This goes on this. Oh, that goes there. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is how it looks. So cute. Okay, we're gonna take everything off of the board. I'm gonna just slide the board up, and then I'm gonna take the board out. We got to do the stripes on this, on his little. What do we want to call that? You guys, somebody give me a name. Baton. His little sign. Hold please. My nose is ready from crying. Sorry. I'm a mess. Okay, gotta do the stripes on this. Okay. Isn't that so cute? This is super cute. We'll glue this one together first because it needs to stand. I do need to plug in my my glue gun because I will need that. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. It's probably dusty in here. Okay, plugging in my glue gun because I will need that. I need to do stripes. So I need another something. Here we go. And I need a brush. And I was just doing the stripes with spiced pumpkin. All right, so you could do stripes. You could do it any color you want. If you want to do it green, that's fine. If you want to do it yellow, I'm just using spiced pumpkin, and we will do our stripes. Probably have to do 2 coats because I don't know if it's going to cover with the first coat. You know, sometimes I'll buy gift cards for them for places, like if I'm in, when my kids were little and we would go into a place and see someone homeless sitting outside, we'd buy them a gift card to give them so they could get something to eat. You know, I just have a soft spot in my heart for people that are caring for dogs. And he did a good job. Those dogs were so healthy. They were a healthy weight. Their coats were nice and shiny and soft. And they were good dogs. They just laid there. They didn't stand up and bark at me. When I walked up, I was like, oh, great. Am I going to get bit? They just laid there. Okay, let me try that. It might be fine. Maybe a walking stick. Oh, maybe. Yeah. I'm not sure what to call it. Walking stick. Yeah, it could be a walking stick for sure. I think I am going to put a second coat just so it's nice and even. All right. I think it needs it. I don't do a lot of St. Patrick's Day stuff because I only have 1 craft show before St. Patrick's Day. I used to have 2, but I don't do that one anymore. I kind of missed that one. I did it forever, and then it changed hands, and it just wasn't the same to me. The new person that's in charge of it just wasn't open to suggestions and had never really done a regular craft show like that. So yeah, it just was not the same. Where did I get the little paint trays? Oh, these are from these ones here. This is Chalk Couture. So these are the color trays from Chalk Couture. But they do have stuff like that that's like a little bowl. They have little bowls at Hobby Lobby. They have things that are similar. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, Chile is it Irish? Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, thank you. Oh, Dollar Tree too. Perfect. Okay, so the regular ones, I get these at Dollar Tree. They come in a packet of a couple of them, I think. Magical wand. Oh yeah, it could be anything like that, huh? Magical wand. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, guys, now we're going to shade. Let's do this one first so that it can glue together because we need to add the backer. Remember, there were 3 layers. We want it to stand. You have to add these other layers on there for it to stand because it won't stand just with that. I did tape it together because that was the easiest thing to do. That's going to go in there. So we're gonna ink the edges. Ah, it's going to jump. It's a jumping. And we'll glue that together so that it will stand and not move. You don't want it to move on you. Okay, you get all your pieces on and you do not want that to move. So I'm just quickly putting a tiny bit of ink on these things, not a lot, on the edges. And I just kind of turn the parts as I go. All right. Monday, and it's a holiday. Happy Martin Luther King Day, guys. It is time to think about all of the things that happened and why we have this day off. And you know, there's a lot of people that had really hard times, and I'm grateful it's not that way anymore. I am grateful that there were changes that were made. So he was a great man. He did a lot of good things. So today is his day to celebrate him. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Yeah, can you believe that January is closing in? The end of January is closing in on us, guys. I feel so good about where I am with all my bookkeeping. Yeah. The only thing I have left to do, we're kind of waiting. I need to actually print out my W-2s. I have everything ready. I have everything in review at the CPA's office. I like to have them look at my stuff. Yep. And I'm done with my year end, basically. This is a first for me to be that far ahead. Last year, oops. So last year I felt really rushed because Chloe went missing and I still had to do my W-2s, and it just was a hard time. I felt like things were rushed last year for my year end. I feel so far ahead of the ball game. It's actually a scary thing, you know. You hate to ever say that hey, I am done. You hate to ever think that, because guess what? Then you're like, oh, I missed this. No, I didn't. I got everything done. It's so crazy. So crazy. All right. I actually had, this year I had a better idea. Instead of just being overwhelmed by everything, if you're a bookkeeper, you know that there is so much to do. It's quarter end, year end, month end. So so I was making sure that it's nice and even. You want everything to be even because otherwise it's not going to stand properly. Okay, so that's going to go right on there. I'm going to glue that together. I'm going to set it to the side. Okay, let me see. January seemed long to you. Next weekend, your daughter and you have a concert. Oh, how fun. That is awesome. Yeah, January has seemed like it's longer than normal. A lot of years, it just, I feel like it goes by way too quickly and I don't get everything done. So the next thing will be, okay, my husband will say, it's time to get the taxes done to see if we get a refund or what. We usually get a refund. He pays in a lot extra just to make sure. Okay, so I'm going to just stand that up and make sure that it's going to stand for me. Okay, getting it nice and even. And you want it to stand and you want it to, okay, right There. Okay. All right, perfect. I'm going to lay it down and just let it sit there while I do this one. That was my goal, was to get that done. Okay, let's get this base done first. You know what? If you don't have a white one, you can just use your brown, and guess what? It looks like it's white. I'll show you. It kind of lightens it up. Can you see? Or maybe you can't see, but it does make it look like it's kind of white. All right. Oh, sorry. Heading to Vegas next week. Looking forward to their cold temps. Yes, their cold temps won't be cold except for at night. At night it will still be cold. The desert cools off so much at night. It's actually scary. Like when we go to the desert camping with the trailer and the dune buggies in the winter, oh my goodness. At night you're like, holy cow, because it doesn't hold the heat in at all. Okay, that little heart. Oh, Kelsey Ballerini. Oh, nice. That's going to be great, Laura. Wish I could be there in your back pocket. That will be a lot of fun. I love that you're able to do those things with your daughter. That's great. Not everybody does. My kids probably wouldn't have wanted to go places with me. You know, everybody has different relationships with their kids. My kids were really into their friends. They weren't into doing anything with their mama, except for like sports. With my boys were so involved with, I only have to do the top part on this in the center, with wrestling. I was with them all the time with sports. And then my daughter didn't do a lot of that stuff. She tried gymnastics, but our thing was going to Disneyland. My kiddos and I, we would do that, or beach days. We did tons of that when they were little. And then they became teenagers. I don't know. My kids did not want to hang with me as teenagers. Darn. It happens. It happens sometimes. But now, you know what? The great thing is that my kids and I all have great relationships. It doesn't always turn out that way when you become an adult. Sometimes there are issues. Sometimes. Oh, Terry, have a great day at work. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So I will show you guys the Easter stuff that I did. Some of you hopped on later, so I'll show you the cute Easter stuff. I did post it on my page. Okay, I'm not going to do the numbers. I took great amounts of time to create this weekend and did it slowly. You know, I didn't rush anything. I actually had fun and really enjoyed the projects. I'm just doing a little bit at the top of the eyebrow. I really enjoyed painting this weekend. I had a lot of time that I just was kind of waiting. I was waiting for the plumber to get there on Friday. I didn't want to start a project, so I was waiting, and then I found out they weren't going to come because the people before me, their project turned into 9 hours instead of 3 hours. So let me show you the Easter stuff again. St. Patrick's Day stuff is great, but this Easter stuff, holy cow! Look at the detail on this. Isn't he so cute? That took me forever, but I got 8 of them done. That took me all of Friday night after I found out that the plumber wasn't going to be able to be there that night. Look at this. Isn't she so cute? They're all gnomies. They're all gnomies. And then this little gnomie with his basket. I just love them to death. So these are on my website, on the Shopify website already. And then there's 3 other little Easter things that go with that set. You can buy them individually. I didn't do them as a set because I don't know that everybody wants 5 things. And they're pretty good sized. They are decent sized. Okay, I didn't check to see. Okay, it is lined up. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's get this guy together. Let's start with his hat and work down. Maybe that's a good plan. Mr. Leprechaun, let's get you dressed. Okay, there's his hat. Okay, and then he has his little number thing. Okay, we need to do this part. So that's like the brim of his hat, and then has a hat band. Sometimes it gets 746. I knew it was going to take longer to do 2 projects, but it was just as easy for me. And then I'm not having to wash as many paintbrushes. So, okay, there's that. And then this little thing for the numbers goes right up there. I might need a sponge. I'll just use the back end of that sponge for the numbers. And the eyebrows too. Eyebrows are small. Okay, so number 1. I probably should have put that on there before. Might be a good idea. I'm going to have to just get that all straight again. So we did get the plumbing fixed as far as the clog is cleared. We just have to put in a clean out now. They're going to have to go through the wall. Oops. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, hang on. That calls for a Clorox wipe. Oops, clean up on L3. Okay, just going to clean that up with a Clorox wipe. Let's try again, darling. Let's try not to drop it in the middle of your project. Okay. So, yeah, clean up on all 3. So they're going through the wall. They actually cut through the wall to find the pipe. It's kind of a different situation because they didn't put clean outs on these houses. Because these houses were built in 1960s. And I don't know what they're thinking, but they didn't do clean outs. So now we get to deal with that. And it's kind of funny that they never needed it before now. I've had the cabin. I went into contract with them in 2010. I had done the Census Bureau, and that doesn't go there, darling. This goes there. I did the Census Bureau, and I saved up all of my checks, and I used my check for my checks for my down payment, and then we went into contract in November of 2010, and then it didn't close for 4.5 months. It took 4.5 months to get through everything. I had to go in and make repairs because it was in such bad condition. I made repairs before we could even close. The owner was the bank. The bank was like, I'm not making any repairs. Whoever buys it can buy it as is. Well, I was funding it through Fannie Mae, and I had to have a lot of things done. I had to have carpet put in. They had cut the faucet off at the wall. There was no faucet. It was just a pipe. I'm like, what the heck? It was really weird. So anyways, a lot of stuff that I had to get done before it would even close. And having it snaked out was not one of them. That was kind of weird, huh? I lucked out because sometimes people are angry when they have their house foreclosed on. They will do things like stop up the plumbing. They'll flush rags. They will do a lot of stuff so that the new person has a big old headache. They figure, oh, it's just the bank. No, it's the next person that buys it. But I really lucked out that there was minimal stuff that had to be fixed. And I really like it. I haven't had to do any work like this for a long time. It's been paid off. I paid it off with my craft show and my my craft shows checks, and also my my money from my commissions, my Chocolate Tour commissions. I just put everything right onto that. Okay. Touch that up. There we go. I'm excited to paint this. Yeah. Yes. You cut them a few days ago. Nice. Wish you held up to decorate. Oh, you wish for 2025. I know. Is the detail bunny interchangeable with the basket from before? No, it is new. Yeah, this is new. Oh, the interchangeable basket. This is not interchangeable. So let me explain with that. It's all one piece. It's not an interchangeable. It's all glued together. So I do have an interchangeable that goes in the basket. I haven't painted it yet, but this is all one piece, just glued together. Sorry, I just saw your question. Okay, keep going here. That goes there. Yeah, there's something similar that is made for the basket. I haven't cut it out yet, but I will. So this is basically a gold coin, is my thoughts. You could do it with gold paint. I got the hiccups, sorry. Gold paint would be really cute. Put that. Oh my goodness. Got the hiccups. Okay, let's assemble this before we glue it on there. That will be easier. There we go. There's a little teeny tiny heart that goes on there. Let me see if I can get just a little bit. That's not working. Just a tiny bit of glue on there. Perfect. Okay, it just goes like right in there. And then the hand, and then there's a little ball that goes at the bottom. Perfect. Get that all in place. And then this glues on. Okay, so this kind of goes a little diagonal like that. So I might have to hold it for a minute till it is dry. So I need the glue on the back of here. Right, like that. And then I'm going to line that up and hold it for a second there. Okay, I guess I can't stick it into here yet because guess what? It would be, oh, it's, yeah, that would slide off. So imagine it's in the stand. Okay, so pretend he's in the stand. I know I can't, I think that if I lifted that up, then he's going to come, it's going to be detached from there. So it's going to take a minute. So we're not going to do that yet. I'm going to let him sit because I don't want him to be ruined. But this stands up. So that's why you want to make sure that it stands and then you just let it sit. Okay, so I just let it sit there and do its thing and dry. Okay, so I'll just flip him around so I can show you guys. But I just don't want to put him in the stand and have him. I'll let him probably sit for 5 minutes and let that glue set up. Everything else looks good, right? I'm going to put you up to myself. Okay, here we go, guys. All right, so this will stand up like that. And then he will be in a stand. But I'm not going to leave him up for very long. All right, I love you guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a fantastic Monday. And I will see you tomorrow.